Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give our praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Hakundash, the monster, our apostles, and elders of great millstones, at Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect out here pushing truth and sincerity. The water for what you do. We love you. We appreciate you through the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, and shalom to y'all. This is your brother Dawud Dodd from the Great Millstone Camp in Atlanta. Lord willing to give you an edifying lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai. If you're watching this now, well, first and foremost, who you called God and ignorantly called God, his name is Yahweh, meaning he is or he exists or he to be. All right, who you ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, his name is Yahweh Shai, meaning he is the Savior or he is the deliverer. He saves, he delivers. If you're watching this now, you're a so-called black, Native American, or Latino man or woman, then you are a Hebrew Israelite according to the Holy Bible. You will not find black, Native American, or Latino in the Bible, so you need to know who you are according to the Bible. Fuck you. Because certain people in the Bible is granted the promises of the covenant, the glory, kingdom, and salvation. Now, you don't look like a so-called black, Native American, or Latino, but you feel like this is the truth and it resonates with your spirit, there's a good possibility that you could be a Hebrew Israelite as well. It does not matter what you look like. It does not matter what color your skin is. It only matters that your bloodline goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob had his name later changed to Israel. Israel in the Hebrew is Yasharallah, meaning he is the prince of power. All right. So let's go ahead to some scriptures about these nuclear missiles, man. All right. This is Joel chapter 2. It says the terrible visitation, right? And we know the terrible visitation is when Yahweh Shai visits this world. All right. Let's get Revelation chapter 1, verse 7. It's going to be a very terrible visitation. Revelation chapter 1, verse 7 says this. Behold, he, Yahweh Shai, right? Who you call ignorantly Jesus Christ. It says, behold, he cometh with clouds. Those clouds are talking about the chariots of the Lord, Marakaba, right? Now, you call them UFOs, but we know that they're chariots. All right, the vehicles that the Lord and the angels will be ride upon. All right. It says, and every eye shall see him. Everybody shall see him. Everybody. Everybody's going to see this. All right. Every single person in the world is going to see this. It's going to see him return and make his return and come out of the clouds. Right. It says, and they also which pierced him. And why is that? Because there's going to be the men who put him on that cross here today, the one that actually pierced him, and water came out, that man is going to be here today through reincarnation. All right? He's going to be here to accept his judgment for what he did to Yahushua that day. It says, in all kindreds of the earth shall wail. Wail is not a good thing. Shall wail because of him. Even so, amen. I don't know why it's doing that. So, all right, so let's go to Joel, where we were at, chapter 2, because it said terrible day. It says terrible visitation. The terrible visitation talk about Yahweh Shai. It says, verse 1, Joel 2:1, blow ye the trumpet in Zion. Now, Zion is talking about the so-called blacks, Native Americans, Latinos. You make up the 12 tribes of the Hebrew Israelites. All right? The monument. It says, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. All right? The holy mountain is the holy mountain is, the elect, man. That's the holy mountain because we're separate. Kodash, separate. The holy mountain. But Zion is Israel. The mountain is Israel because we have a government amongst our people. The holy mountain being the 1/3, 144,000, right? The 144,000, the prophets, right? It says, let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. So it's coming very quickly. All right. Any day now we expect to be delivered. Lord willing, be a part of that number, be a part of the elect. Verse 2 says, a day of darkness and gloominess. So now this is Yahweh Shai, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ. He's coming back with a certain type of vibration rather than the one that you've heard about from Christianity and Roman Catholicism and all these different religions who say that Jesus Christ is coming as this soft spoken, all loving, all forgiving deity. No, he's not. He's coming with a day of darkness and gloominess. All right, so let's get Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. So we can cut that up, right? It says, think not that I am come to send peace on earth. So this is in red letters. So this is Yahweh Shah, who you call ignorantly Jesus Christ. It says, I came not to send peace, but a sword. So how in the world are you saying that he's come? He's quite literally saying it verbatim, that he's coming to bring a sword rather than peace. And that's what the rest of the world says. The rest of the world says he's coming with marshmallows and candy and hugs. All right, and hugs. Is not Yahweh Shai is not a Care Bear, man. All right, Yahweh Shai is coming. Man, he said himself. This is red letters. He said himself, I think not that I am come to send peace on earth. Why would he come to send peace on earth when this earth is wicked? Why would he? He said there's no peace into the wicked. Why would he come to send peace on earth when the earth is exceedingly wicked? You people talk all this crap. You wicked as all hell. You have wicked conversations, right? You have filthy conversations that are wicked, man. You do all sorts of manner of wickedness and evil, right? You got same-sex action going on, right? Pornography at an all-time high, right? Everywhere you look is a woman naked on Instagram or something of that sort, right? That's wicked as all hell, because it dilutes the minds of the men, the people, right? It's women being out of order. You're not allowed to do things like that. You're not allowed to just do what you want to do. You people are going to realize, you women are going to realize, you're not allowed to do whatever you want to do. You're not allowed to do. The men are not allowed to do what they want to do. So how come you think you get to do whatever you want to do? I mean, what kind of fair? How is that fair? No. All right. You got murderers, gangbangers. You got drug dealers. You got, people who have sex with each other. You got women that cheat on their husbands. You got husbands that sleep with other men's women. You got prostitution and all types of different manners of things. People who touch kids, and all sorts of sick, deviant things that go on in this earth. So why would he come to send peace to this earth? You guys are bugging. It says, for I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and a daughter against her mother, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foe should be of his own household. How is that peace? How is that love? How is that all forgiving? Come on, you guys are bugging, man. Stop. Just stop it. All right. So it says, verse 2, Joel 2 and 2, a day of darkness and gloominess. All right, not a day of sunshine and rainbows. All right, it says a day of clouds and thick darkness. Well, come on, like, that's a plague. Thick darkness, so dark you could probably taste it. All right, it says, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there hath not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even of the years of many generations. Right, because after this Jacob's trouble, right, after Jacob's trouble, then it's going to be the kingdom. That's why when you read in Daniel 12, he says, never light has been like since there was a time since there was a people, right? Let me see. I just chopped the hell out of that. Daniel chapter 12 verse 1. It says, subtitle reads, the time of the end. It says, at that time, Jacob's trouble, shall Michael stand up, the great prince, the archangel, that's Michael Allah, right? Like the Most High. It says, which standeth for the children of thy people, these so-called blacks, Native Americans, Latinos. You make up the 12 tribes of the Hebrew Israelites. It says, and there shall be a time of trouble. That's Jacob's trouble. All right, all the evil things are gonna happen. Rape, robbery, and murdering. Like, it's gonna be the what's that movie? There's a movie where they go out and The Purge. Yeah, The Purge. It's gonna be like that, but it's gonna be every day. As long as as long as Jacob's trouble lasts, it's gonna be every day. It's gonna be the purge. All right. So many different things gonna be murders. All right. Trafficking. I mean, you name it, it's gonna be happening. Right. Torturings. Right. Starvations. Cannibalism. Right. People gonna be eating their own children. Like, that's how it's gonna be. Right. It says and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, right? Even to that same time. You know what I'm saying? But at that time, it says, and at that time, our people shall be delivered, everyone that is found written in the book. That's the elect. And, that's the elect. That's 144,000, the prophets, and one third of the children of Israel that's going to get saved from the nuclear missiles. Okay. But that time, right? Because we tried to quote it, right? It's gonna be a time even never before it was since there was a nation. That's talking about Jacob's trouble. All right, that's what we're reading about. That's why I said a day of darkness and gloominess. You see, it says a day of clouds and a thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains. A great people and a strong. There hath not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. It says a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. But this is talking about the nuclear missiles, right? It says the land is as a garden of Eden before them, and behind, oh shit. And behind them a desolate wilderness, yea, and north, and nothing shall escape them. That's these missiles, man. It says the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run. John said that they were like horses, remember? Right? It says like the noise of the chariots of the tops of the mountains shall they leap. So they're gonna be hitting everything. It's gonna be hitting major skyscrapers. It's gonna be hitting mountains over here in Babylon, right? Which is America. It's gonna be hitting desert areas, but mainly where cities are. It's not really gonna hit places that's just like, well, actually, it's gonna hit everything. It's gonna turn everything to a desert. You know. It says like the noise of the flame of the fire that devoured the stubble. As a strong people set in battle array. Yeah, it's gonna look like a military. It's gonna look like an army, right? It's gonna look like battle formations. Those missiles, just like King Leonidas said, battle formations. It says, before their face, the people shall be much pain. All faces shall gather blackness. This is the nuclear missiles that is coming, man. Just like when you watch Terminator, man, you see Sarah Connor and she's holding onto the fence, right? And she's looking, and she's looking with great fear in her eyes. That's what people's gonna be looking like, but it's gonna be even worse than that. Because no movie and no TV show or cartoon can even get close to depicting how terrible that day is gonna be. No, everybody's gonna get shut the hell up in that day. You see, it's gonna be terrible, man. So nobody's gonna be having that proud look on their face, man. Everybody gonna be running and crying and screaming with agony, man. That's why he said every person shall wail because shall all nations on earth shall wail because of him. All right, this is not a joke. This is not a game, man. All right, F you people, man. This is gonna be the biggest I told you so ever, man. And it's rightfully deserved, man. All right. It says, yeah, pain, all faces shall gather blackness. You see that, man? Does that sound like him coming with love and like you guys skip these scriptures, man? What about these scriptures? It says they shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war, and they shall march everyone on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks. This is talking about the nuclear missiles. It says neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk everyone in his path, and when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. They're not even going to hit each other. They can fly perfectly close next to each other and not even touch each other, man. It's going to be over 200 million nuclear ICBM intercontinental ballistic missiles, warheads. You see? And they will all hit their target, and none of them will be getting hit by a missile defense system or anything like that. Not one of them. They will all hit their. And we say this boldly. This is scripture as it is written. The scriptures say this. You see? So we are the prophets. Understand that. It says, neither shall one. Okay, yeah. It says they shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter into the window like a thief. You're going to have missiles actually going into people's bedrooms. Because you have missiles that are made specifically for them to make sure that they hit their target. The earth shall quake before them. The heavens shall tremble. The sun. See, this is why now do you think the heavens are really going to tremble as far as like where Yahweh, where the Heavenly Father is? That's not what it's talking about, right? The earth is literally going to shake, right? It's going to shake the heavens and the sky. It says, the sun and the moon shall be darkened, and all the stars shall be withdraw their shining, right? And we know that's knowledge, but this is talking about for real. This is talking about in literal. Like it was gonna, if there's gonna be so many missiles, it's gonna be dark, right? It's gonna like the movie 300 when when they shot all them arrows, right? Which the Bible signifies symbolizes missiles as arrows, right? When they shot all those arrows, what happened? It blotted out the sun. They said, "Ha ha ha! We shall fight in the shade." You remember that? It says, "And the Lord shall utter His voice before His army, for His camp is very great, for He is strong that executed His word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible, and who can abide it?" It says, "Therefore also now, saith the Lord, turn ye even to me with all your heart, with fasting and weeping and with mourning." So yeah, man, we got to come back to the Lord. But that was it. I just wanted to talk about those missiles, man. Just in those little bit of scriptures, we talked about how terrible these missiles were. So get right with the Lord. His name is Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and He's not to be played with, and they're not to be played with. With that, I want to give our praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Bashim Rachakondash. Double honor to our apostles, our elders, great millstone, that rule well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, and Shalom.